For about a year now, I've been using these filters from K&F, which, by the way, not sponsored, I just want to talk about them. Now, these filters are magnetic filters, magnetic ND filters with caps. So pretty simple. You screw on the adapter, I guess, the filter thread, and pop on the filter. If you're pretty new to photography or videography, I bought this to use ND filters for one reason. Now, if you don't know what an ND filter is, basically it's sunglasses for your camera. Now, when you're filming videos, you're very limited in how you can control your exposure, unlike photography. And when I typically shoot street photography, sometimes I want to do some B-roll. And the time of day that I like to shoot street photography is typically midday. Harsh sunlight is just way too bright without an ND filter. So yeah, about a year ago, I purchased the K&F magnetic ND filter. Now, I bought it for my 35, not only because I can have an ND filter, but because I can use the cap. The factory lens caps on Canons, I'm not gonna lie, they're quite shit. So I use the Peak Design Everyday 3-liter bag, which is this bag right here. And it's actually quite small, especially for the Canon R6 with the 35mm f1.8 on there. And that little bit of room saved from the cap, from the magnetic cap, actually helped so much with just putting it in the bag and pulling it out of the bag. With the factory cap, it falls off all the time. Super annoying, especially if I don't want to pull the cap off yet. Now, the reason why I'm making this video right now is because I just bought another magnetic filter and cap for my 28mm pancake. And this also, being Canon, had the same lens cap as the 35mm. And I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and I've had the lens cap, this factory lens cap, fall off about 7 times within the last 2 weeks as I'm pulling it out of my bag. Now, nowadays I don't normally put my camera in the bag. I normally have a camera strap. I never used to before, but sometimes when I'm doing everyday stuff and I'm not going out specifically to shoot photos, I do put my camera in my bag still. And even this being so thin and so low profile, it was still knocking the cap off when I pulled it out, just because they're shit. I don't only have it on these two lenses, but I have it on the vintage 28mm for my Canon FTb. Reason why I got that is because I don't have a lens cap for this 28mm. And when I first bought the one for the 35mm lens, I did get the ND64, which turned out to be a little bit too dark. So I really wanted the ND8. And plus I needed a cap for this lens. So they're both the same filter size. So I ended up buying another one. So I have 3 lenses in total, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 total filters. Now, one question that I've had from someone before is, are they secure? And I'll tell you now, I've never had an issue with these coming off. Like the magnets are really, really tough on these. They're really strong. And because of the low profile of the cap itself, I barely knock it off when I pull it out of my bag. Like, I mean, actually, I've never knocked it off as I pulled it out of my bag. I don't know why I said barely, but you can see, like, if you rub it, because it's so low profile, it's really hard to knock. The magnets are really strong. There's absolutely no issues with those magnets. Now, K&F isn't a very high, it isn't like a high class brand. I don't know how to explain that. It isn't the cheapest shit either. So it's right in the middle. It was about $100 for this kit, and it was worth every penny. Insane. It was worth every penny. The ease of use for this is incredible. Like as I said, I use this when I do street photography and I want to film some B-roll. And what I can do is, well, the lens cap can go in my bag, and I can just walk around and take photos as per usual. If I want to film some B-roll, I can just take this out of my pocket, pop it on, film my B-roll, pull it off, and off I go back to shooting photos without a filter. I know there's other filters that you could get, like screw-in filters, but by the time it takes to screw on, it's enough for me. It's enough of a stuff round that it makes me not want to film B-roll at all, so I just don't bother. But because of this filter kit, this filter system, the magnetic filter system, I've been shooting more B-roll. Now, the last couple months I haven't shot much B-roll. That's just because I just wanted to see what my videos would look like without B-roll, but I want to start filming B-roll again for my POVs. Hence why I bought it for my 28mm, because I think I'm going to be mainly using this lens for the most part. So I needed a filter for that. Plus the lens cap kept popping off, so I just had to do it. So the beautiful thing about these is you can buy, I'm pretty sure you can get polarizers as well as ND filters, and I think you can get mist filters. I'm not sure how much they cost. I haven't really looked into it because realistically I've only wanted the ND filter, but they are stackable, and you can also, if you have the filter on there, you can put the cap on there as well. So yeah, they are stackable. So you can actually stack multiple filters on here. I don't know how many you can, but if it's not dark enough for you, you can just stack another filter on top. Now I know people will probably say, why don't you use a variable ND filter? But a lot of them requires you to screw it on and unscrew it if you're done with it. Realistically, I just needed something to dim it down a little bit so I can play around with the exposure a bit more. Before, it was, you know, when I didn't have when I didn't have the filters, it was extremely limiting to what I can film. Like I didn't film anything because of it, really. So yeah, not sponsored. I just appreciate these. I just appreciate this system. I wouldn't say they're the best filters ever in the world, but they, for what they're worth and how easy they are to use and how low profile they are and all those things thrown in, it's definitely worth the money, I reckon. Anyway, thought I'd just briefly talk about that. I don't normally do gear reviews or talk about gear on this channel. Well, I mean, I do if I'm shooting with it, but little accessories like that, I don't really talk about. And I've already filmed this video, but I did it on an empty stomach and I wasn't making much sense. So I decided I'm gonna film it again, and this has been a lot more cohesive by the sounds of it. It feels like my brain is fucking functioning now that I'm talking. After I did the B-roll and stuff, I was pretty happy. Anyway, yeah, I'm speaking shit again, and yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Have a good day.